Hey, how's it going today, everybody? We are working on new YouTube backgrounds, so I've got these awesome posters here. I know they're a little crooked, okay? I don't know if I'm going to fix that. Do you care if they're crooked? You're going to have to leave comments below or something to tell me, and maybe I'll fix that. I don't know, you leave 3 comments below that it looks bad because it's crooked, and maybe I'll fix it. I don't know. Alright, on with the video. Who is John Galt? Better yet, would you hate John Galt more if she was a woman? Recently, I finished reading Atlas Shrugged. I wasn't too thrilled about the book as a whole. Definitely thought it had some great lines, which I'll be sharing with you, but I expected more because I read The Fountainhead a few years ago, and I liked it a whole lot more. But today, I wanted to question why people hate Ayn Rand so much. I mean, some people go as far to say that she's not even a philosopher, which I think is a bit ridiculous. Say what you want about some of her points, but she is a very rational and analytical person. See, this is the sexist thing cutting its way into my agenda again. Oh wait, hang on, is that it? Maybe. That's what I wonder. Sure, people say things like Ayn Rand hated Muslims and gay people. Therefore, her philosophy is completely garbage. But I can imagine some great philosophers who had some controversial ideas. Aristotle advocated for slavery, yet we don't debate his many contributions to the field, just because of that one point. So then what does Ayn Rand's philosophy bring to the table? It's called objectivism. In essence, it's a humanistic philosophy. It states that reality exists independent of human consciousness, which is pretty easy. I buy into that. That's possible. That things are the way they are and wishing them to be different won't change them because it's reality and we're just a mind. That man is an end to himself and reason is all we have, but also all we need. But perhaps where most people criticize Ayn Rand's philosophy is her emphasis on selfishness. Here we have an inversion of traditional moral principles. The inversion is not a new concept, by the way. I mean, this is all Nietzsche used to talk about. He's still an extremely well-regarded philosopher nonetheless. Nobody says that, oh, he wasn't a philosopher, he's just some guy with a mustache and a hate boner for altruism. Ayn Rand's philosophy also had no place for emotions. That's one big gripe that I have with her philosophy. She demands rationality at all times, which personally I think is a bit taxing. Moving on though, there's definitely some beautiful things to be found in the philosophy of objectivism. That whole maxim about man being an end unto himself. The implications bring to mind all the developments of mankind and our possible future and ability to advance. Rand wants rationality at all times so we can get to reach our potential that much faster. But the question I keep asking myself as I go through these points is, what if Ayn Rand was a man and was saying all this stuff? Would she still have the same legacy of controversy? You know, I really don't think so. All philosophers have their own personal biases. The most important character in Atlas Shrugged, John Galt, caused a large-scale strike on global industry on the basis of hating original sin. Because of original sin, he argues, you have had no concepts of morality but the mystical or the social. You have been taught that morality is a code of behavior imposed on you by whim. The whim of the supernatural power or the whim of society, to serve God's purpose or your neighbor's welfare. That morality is not the province of reason, but the province of faith and force. Both sides agreed that no rational morality is possible, that there is no right or wrong in reason, that in reason there is no reason to be moral. But to think is an act of choice. Reason does not work automatically. Thinking is not a mechanical process. The connections of logic are not made by instinct. The function of your stomach, lungs, or heart is automatic. The function of your mind is not. In any hour and issue of your life, you are free to think or to evade that effort. But you are not free to escape from your nature, from the fact that reason is your means of survival. I really like this notion of the refusal to accept being born with original sin. It gives us a certain position of freedom that Sartre spoke about, who said that we might as well be uncaused, and we're not free to stop being free. And once again, Sartre is not nearly as controversial as Ayn Rand, although he said pretty much the same thing. Original sin. A sin without volition is a slap at morality, and an insolent contradiction in terms. That which is outside the possibility of choice is outside the province of morality. If man is evil by birth, he has no will, no power to change it. If he has no will, he can be neither good nor evil. A robot is amoral. To hold, as man's sin, a fact not open to his choice is a mockery of morality. To hold man's nature as his sin is a mockery of nature. To punish him for a crime he committed before he was born, to hold him guilty in a manner where no innocence exists, is a mockery of reason. The myth declares that he ate the fruit of the tree of knowledge. He acquired a mind and became a rational being. The evil for which they damn him are reason, morality, creativeness, joy, all cardinal virtues of his existence. It is not his errors that they hold as his guilt, but the essence of his nature as a man. But here's my main gripe with Ayn Rand. I kind of sum it up in one sentence, a parody of something I feel she would say. That is, I'm telling you to think for yourself. See the problem there? Seems like a contradiction in terms. Now, as far as the reading of Atlas Shrugged went, Rand made an idealized world. It just didn't feel realistic to me. And then it went on, and on, and on. By the way, this is one of the longest books in the English language. I feel like she repeats the same things over and over again, after I've already understood them. I didn't feel this way about The Fountainhead that much. I really love that book. But I really love that book as a story, not quite as a way of living. Still, there are a bunch of wonderful ideas to be had from reading Ayn Rand. Happiness is the state of consciousness, which proceeds from the achievement of one's values. So to sum it up, I think she's great, and I think she gets a lot of hate because she's a woman. But do y'all have any opinions on this? Do you love Ayn Rand? Do you hate Ayn Rand? Are you completely indifferent? Leave a comment below, and let's get chatty. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my channel for more antics. And if you want to take our relationship to the next level, please go to my website in the description below to get a free copy of my most popular book, This Never Happened Somewhere. This is Ryan Starbloke, and I implore you to have a good day.